Old Ife Road, Alakia Adegbayi Road, including the underpass bridge at the Onikpekpeye area of Ibadan, is another major landmark achievement of this administration. For decades, this road, especially the Onikpekpeye underpass bridge area, had been a pain for residents along this axis. But all that became a thing of the past as Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State joined the talk and do governor to commission this completed project for the benefit.
We interrupt our lineup of regular programming as we cross over to the nation's capital, where the president, who has been represented by the Senate president, is inaugurating the new office complex of the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The special guest of honor, President-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, let be represented by the Senate President, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed.
I told you I would tell you to switch it off. I have not told you to switch it off. I have not told you to switch it off.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Honorable Minister of Defense, Honorable Ministers, Chief of Staff, the President, National Security Advisor, Chief of Defense Staff, Council of Nigeria and Service Chiefs, Inspector General of Police, and other heads of sister security agencies and paramilitary organizations. And chairman of government agencies, parastatals and establishments, permanent secretary of federal ministries, defense attaché and advisors here present, commandants of tri-service institutions and establishments, principal staff officers of the defense and service headquarters, corps commanders and field commanders, former chief of defense intelligence here seated, our highly esteemed chairpersons of various service officers' associations, captains of industries, senior military officers, both serving and retired, highly distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I have the honor and privilege to, on behalf of the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Emmanuel Akoma Ipaka Ndiende, welcome you all to the headquarters of the Defense Intelligence Agency, venue of the commissioning ceremony of the newly constructed buildings and infrastructure of the headquarters of the Defense Intelligence Agency. I am Lieutenant Colonel V.P. Baturi, retired, your anchor for this very auspicious occasion. With me is Captain J.D. Orty, Acting Assistant Director of Protocol. The special guest of honor, sir, the purpose of today's ceremony is to officially commission this remarkable building, symbolizing a new era for the Defense Intelligence Agency. This facility is not just a physical space, but a beacon of our commitment to excellence and hope where creativity and productivity will thrive. Looking back, this project was a lot like baking a cake. We have the right ingredients, mix them together, and after some time in the oven, out came this masterpiece. And just like a cake, we pray this building brings joy to all who use it. To kick off the program, I am pleased to invite the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Emmanuel Akomai Fatunyedaye, to share some words about the journey and the vision for the agency. But before I do that, let me please say that today's ceremony will unfold in the following order. Shortly, the Chief of Defense Intelligence will give the welcome address, followed by the highlights of the project. Thereafter, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, ably represented by the Senate President, will be humbly requested
just drop it there.
This will dovetail into the commissioning program, which entails the cutting of the ribbon, building of the commissioning card. Thereafter, we will be guided on a tour of the new headquarters, the Defense Intelligence Agency. After which, we will proceed to the main entrance to the headquarters. Lastly, we shall observe the national anthem before the batch. Once again, let me invite the Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Akomai Paka, in there to share some words about the journey and vision of the agency. Please join me as I invite the Chief of Defense Intelligence to invite Dr. Akomai Press. The Chief of Defense Intelligence, sir.
Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Very ably represented this afternoon by His Excellency Dr. Godswill Akpabio, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, very ably represented, distinguished senators and honorable members here present. I recognize my senator and indeed the House member and chairman of the defense committees, the secretary to the government of the Federation, the honorable ministers of defense, very ably represented by the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Defense. My apologies, sir. The National Security Advisor who is sitting directly in front of me, my boss, I apologize for jumping you, sir. Thank you, sir. The Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, the representatives of the Chief of the Naval Staff, the Inspector General of Police, and other directors, general, and chairmen of government agencies, parastatals, and establishments here present. Other permanent secretaries here present, representatives of the Directors General of the National Intelligence Agency, the State Security Services, and other ministries and agencies here present, the Allied Defense Attaches and Advisors here present, own defense advisors and attaches who made it from Germany, Paris, and Niger Republic to be with us here, commandants of tri-service institutions and establishments, principal staff officers from the Defense and Services Headquarters, corps commanders and field commanders in our midst, the former National Security Advisor, who doubles also as the former Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General Babagana Mongonu, retired, who conceived and commenced the outcome of what we are celebrating today. I recognize you, sir. Other Chiefs of Defense Intelligence here present, former Chiefs of Defense Intelligence here present, our highly esteemed chairpersons of the Defense and Police Officers Wives Association, Mrs. Ogogo Gwabin Musa, the representative of the chairman of NAPOA, NOAA, and I think I saw the POA chairperson in. Thank you very much, ma'am, for gracing us here. My dear significant other, my spouse, my soulmate, and friend, my wife, Mrs. Paka Ndiane, chairperson of BIA-OA, captains of industries here present, senior military officers, both serving and retired, our distinguished guests here present, gentlemen of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with a deep sense of respect, appreciation, and happiness that I welcome the President and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, and other distinguished invited guests to the commissioning ceremony of the Headquarters Defense Intelligence Agency building. Before I proceed, sir, permit me to register our profound gratitude to you, Mr. President, for finding time to honor us with your presence at the commissioning of this edifice, which stands as a testament to your commitment to the security of our dear nation and indeed the sub-region of West Africa and in all Africa and all humanity. This agency, and indeed the Armed Forces of Nigeria and the Ministry of Defense, is eternally indebted to you for this goodwill, mentorship, and support. Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, sir, since the establishment of the Defense Intelligence Agency by the National Security Agencies Act of 5th June 1986, the agency has diligently carried out its assigned responsibilities of intelligence gathering and provisioning of estimates to enable timely and appropriate actions not only by the Armed Forces of Nigeria, but for strategic national decision-making. This is to guarantee peace, security, and national development. The preoccupation requires intelligence about our immediate environment and that of other nations, hence the dual role of our agency. This is in tandem with the fact that intelligence is a critical tool of statecraft that provides the necessary foreknowledge to protect our nation from surprise attacks, either through hostile foreign military or internal challenges such as the current insurgency, banditry, and other sundry crimes confronting our dear nation. In carrying out these tasks, certain factors and conditions are necessary, primary among which is the conducive working environment of the operators of the system. Therefore, sir, today marks a significant milestone in the journey towards enhancing the performance of the Defense Intelligence Agency in intelligence provisioning for better national defense and security. This building stands as a testament to the fulfillment of the cardinal requirements of the staff of this agency for optimal performance of their duties. Your Excellency, sir, you have said it time and again that the renewed hope agenda of your administration is defined by your commitment to unleashing our country's full potential by focusing on job creation, access to capital for small and large businesses, inclusiveness, the rule of law, and the fight against hunger, poverty, and corruption, as succinctly captured by your administration's 8-point agenda. Hence, this your vision has produced the picture of the future for us all, and in it, we clearly see the role of security and intelligence in securing us all. Therefore, as an agency, we will not rest, we will not falter, we will work, because a better future is assured for our great country, Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir, though the Defense Intelligence Agency is fully preoccupied with the demands of intelligence of today, we are equally aware of the future requirements of intelligence. That is, organizations must necessarily leverage emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, cybersecurity, and a host of other emerging technologies to improve how intelligence is collected, processed, and disseminated for operations. These technologies would enhance a variety of our core collection and processing tasks to harvest key gains of intelligence from the chart of the trivial information that usually inundates our analysts across multiple intelligence domains. We reckon that the nature of the challenges emerging in relation to the changing techno-security landscape requires proactive steps to keep pace with the trends. In this vein, Your Excellency, the agency is taking a bold and ambitious step by initiating what we call the Defense Intelligence Agency Technology Center, which we hope will actualize during the tenure of your administration in preparation for the current and future challenges and warfare. This is in order to give our nation a chance of survival in the fast approaching complex world of technology. Therefore, we have started incorporating artificial intelligence and data analytics into our processes in a flexible and scalable manner until we graduate into full implementation of all of the processes. This is against the backdrop that in the near future, and any armed forces that lags behind in artificial intelligence may be incapable of defending itself or the nation indeed. Equally, in the quest to improve our output, the Defense Intelligence Agency has embarked on an extraordinary drive for capacity building and training, both locally and internationally, to stay ahead of the curve with respect to the antics of the adversaries. In this wise, we acknowledge the support and direct training assistance by our allies and partners, which include but are not limited to the United States of America, China, the United Kingdom, France, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Turkey, amongst many others. At this juncture, sir, I want to sincerely thank you, Mr. President, sir, for your unwavering support and recognition of the importance of intelligence in national security, and for matching your words with action by providing the resources that brought about the completion of this building. Your leadership and vision have guided us to this pivotal moment, and for that, we are deeply grateful and honored, sir. Your Excellency, sir, may I affirm that going forward, In all our endeavors, this building will serve as a motivation for us, a beacon of strength and resilience, and a symbol of our collective determination to protect and defend our beloved nation. We will make sure that this artistic expression meets citizens' expectations. Therefore, permit me to use this opportunity to assure you, our Jagaban, sir, of our total commitment to your leadership and the realization of your renewed hope agenda for Nigerians by providing timely, actionable, and effective intelligence for all of our operations. We will be diligent in our support to the achievement of all the lofty goals you have set up for our nation under your courageous leadership. No doubt, we acknowledge the steady progress made towards our ultimate goal of a secure nation, but we are aware that so much remains to be done. Therefore, we will continue in our charted course towards permanent victory until the job is done. Once again, Your Excellency, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much, and God bless us, and God bless our dear nation. Thank you, sir.
That was the welcome address delivered by the Chief of Defense Intelligence. Can we please give him another round of applause? Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next on the program is a highlight of the headquarters Defense Intelligence Agency project. May I now invite Brigadier General S. Obot, Deputy Director Works, to present the highlights of the project. General Obot, sir.
The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the President of the Senate, Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker, House of Representatives, as represented, esteemed invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am Brigadier General O.S. Obot, the Head of Works Department, Defense Intelligence Agency. I am here to present the highlights of the completed headquarters Defense Intelligence Agency office block. The changing nature of global and domestic security environment necessitated the establishment of more directorates for the Defense Intelligence Agency. There was therefore the need to provide a befitting headquarters for the agency to centrally accommodate the added establishment. It was also to create a hub for intelligence operations that will meet the highest standards of efficiency and effectiveness. The moves towards the actualization of this dream was initiated by Major General B.M. Mungunu as the Chief of Defense Intelligence in 2010. It started with the erection of a two-story block as a frame structure on a raft foundation consisting of mostly thermomechanically treated reinforcement bars. This was to enable the foundation support up to a 9-floor building whenever any expansion was required. This foresight gave room for future expansion, reflecting the long-term vision of the Defense Intelligence Agency. The initial two-story block was later completed during the tenure of Major General S.Y. Audu and was commissioned in 2013 by the then President, His Excellency President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. However, the two-story block was not large enough to accommodate the expanded agency. Thus, the need for an upgrade with additional 3 suspended floors. This was initiated by Major General S.A. Adebayo, who took the building up to 45% completion state before handing over the project to the current Chief of Defense Intelligence, Major General E.A.P. Odiandeye, on 23 June 2024. Major General Odiandeye has successfully brought this headquarters to completion. The local contractor that handled the project was Mr. John Zobis Engineering Limited. The scope of work included the construction of 3 additional suspended floors, roof covering, electrical and mechanical installations. Others are external aluminum cladding, provision of 4 lifts, and extensive external works. The company has been operating under the strict watch and guidance of the Chief of Defense Intelligence. The supervision task was handled by the team of engineers from the Works Department of this agency in the Logistics Directorate. Your Excellency, sir, the edifice before us, which we are commissioning today, is the completed headquarters of the Defense Intelligence Agency, a glaring testament to your administration's commitment to intelligence excellence. It is a 5-story structure sitting on a 20,700 square meter space with a built-up area of 4,000 square meters. It stands at the height of 24.5 meters. Its color scheme is symbolic white, with red representing the Nigerian Army, blue the Nigerian Navy, and light blue the Nigerian Air Force. This signifies unity and collaboration among the armed forces of Nigeria in the Defense Intelligence Agency. The building houses over 200 offices and includes critical facilities such as cyber cell, forensic lab, a library, printing press, and multiple conference rooms. Over 215 parking bays have been provided to cater for the building. This headquarters building provides a secure and safe environment. It is equipped with state-of-the-art security features such as closed-circuit television monitoring, access controls with components like card readers, biometrically controlled keypads, automated turnstile, as well as time and attendance readers. It has some safety features such as 2 emergency exits, electric firefighting system, and fire extinguisher hose reel. Others are protection sprinkler systems, intelligence smoke detectors, and fire alarm panel connected to the closed-circuit television room. This building also features a central cooling system and 4 purposefully placed lifts for efficient movement. It is also designed to accommodate individuals with physical challenges, thereby ensuring an all-inclusive working environment. At this juncture, distinguished invited guests, I wish to appreciate His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief, for this milestone project. This building will provide a world-class working environment for the agency personnel and enhance their operational efficiency. This, no doubt, is in line, sir, with your renewed hope agenda, and we are indeed honored to have you commission this project today. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much, sir. It is now time to listen to the remarks of amiable and erudite President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, a leader of profound vision, dedication, and a lover of innovation and transformation, whose efforts have significantly shaped the progress we celebrate today. Do we please put our hands together as I respectfully request the Chief of Defense Intelligence to invite the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Senate President, Dr. Godswill Akpabio. The CDI, sir.
Please be seated. The National Security Advisor, my dear brother, Nuhu Ribadu, the Chief of Defense Staff, my brother, General Musa, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Lagbaja, the Chief of Air Staff, together with the representative of the Chief of Naval Staff, and all the other service chiefs here present, the former National Security Advisor, and one-time Chief of Defense Intelligence, General Monguru. I'm happy to see you. This is your baby, so I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here. The Chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense, Chairman of the Senate Committee on the other Armed Forces, talking about Army, Air Force, Navy. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Defense, my brother Right Honorable Benson, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense. I must, in a very special way, recognize the person I will call our chief host, the Chief of Defense Intelligence, and his dear wife, who actually is his boss, Major General and Mrs. Odiareye. Then, of course, the man that introduced the building to us today, who happens to be my brother, Major General Obot, and who it wasn't lost on me when he pronounced the name Godswill Akpabio. Our wives from the armed forces, including the police, particularly the DIA, Officers' Wives Association, the chairperson, former Defense Intelligence chiefs, retired Army officers, retired Air Force officers, retired Naval officers. Let me attempt to rest on the protocol that was ably established by the Master of Ceremony, who again seems to be a major professional in this regard. Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, were billed to be here, but due to slight change in program, as a result of state functions, he has requested me to arrive twice at this occasion in order to represent him. I was here earlier to join you to welcome him, and then the message came to the electronic media that I should rush and take the quarter guard and then come back here to represent him. So I arrived twice. So I want to thank all of you, including the invited guests, distinguished members of the Senate and House of Representatives, and all the invited guests for being here today. From my mouth, this is a thing of beauty to behold. And I will say that, yes, Nigeria is moving forward. From my mouth, I will say that the rendition of the national anthem, Nigeria will hail thee. This is the second day after the National Assembly passed it into an act of parliament. And of course, I don't know, but I can tell you that the entire armed forces, we are used to adaptation. We have adapted so beautifully that I listened to it and there was no mistake at all. I know that many of you who are below 50 years had difficulties thinking, but some of us who are above 50 years, we flowed with it very beautifully. And it has a lot of meaning for Nigeria. Talking about that though tongues and tribes may differ, in brotherhood we stand. And that in battle or in peace, we must honor our country through service. And that is what we are known for. And then ends up by saying, "Oh God of creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed." And at the end, let us leave a flag, with a banner without stem for future generations of Nigerians. It was speaking directly to your minds and engraved in our hearts. So I want to congratulate Mr. President for assenting to this bill that has now become an act of parliament, and thank all Nigerians, because this is one national anthem that will continue to elicit spirit of patriotism and then bring out tears from our eyes when we hail our dear country. So congratulations to all of us. Now you hear from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The voice may be that of the Senate President, but the wordings are that of Mr. President. Since I assumed the leadership of our great nation a year ago, I have made the task of securing every inch of our country a priority. I have no intention of relenting on this sacred duty. I am thus delighted to be here today to inaugurate the headquarters of the Defense Intelligence Agency, a key agency in our security architecture that primarily provides intelligence to our armed forces and the Ministry of Defense. Our country is bedeviled by a myriad of security challenges across the 6 geopolitical zones of the entire nation. Since we became an independent nation about 64 years ago, except for the period of the Civil War, spanning 1967 all the way to 1970, at no time have we been faced by multiple threats than in recent times. We not only face physical threats, but also economic and digital threats. About the latter, in terms of the threats, on digital threats, we are all aware of the capacity of criminals, terrorists, cyber bandits to exploit advances in technology to undermine any nation, including our own. This is why security tops the 8-point agenda of our administration. In our bid to combat physical threats, we deployed the armed forces in almost all the 36 states to assist the civil authorities. Some of the other threats you will have to contend with behind your computers using, if necessary, artificial intelligence
enabling our military to know the position of the enemies or the games they are up to. Of course, you will do so in secret. I know that with each passing day, the adversaries wish that our commitment in responding to various threats would wane, our optimism dim, and our courage evaporates. Our adversaries got our DNA wrong. The underlying spirit of Nigerians cannot and will never yield to forces of darkness. I am confident that we shall prevail. My confidence is anchored on the unwavering commitment of members of the armed forces of Nigeria and the intelligence agencies, including the DSS, including the NIA, and of course the DIA. You have all left me in no doubt that we have no other higher obligation than to serve and secure this nation of ours. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me state categorically that it is not a coincidence that we have made deliberate efforts to ensure the general upliftment of the Defense Intelligence Agency, which was created in 1986. I assure you, along with the entire armed forces of Nigeria, that I will sustain the provision of welfare, training, and other administrative and logistics requirements to enhance your productivity, to enable you to carry out your mandates. I am persuaded that a conducive and well-equipped intelligence outfit would positively impact on the overall intelligence gathering efforts, processing and timely dissemination to the various arms of the military. Let me at this juncture commend the leadership of the Defense Intelligence Agency, past and present, for conceiving and completing this beautiful edifice. It is my sincere belief that out of this magnificent office structure shall emerge innovations and creativity in the field of intelligence gathering that will keep Nigeria ahead of its foes and make our country and people safer. Finally, I want to commend the entire staff of the Defense Intelligence Agency for their dedication to duty. I urge you to be unrelenting, proactive in creating the necessary conditions that will guarantee the realization of the renewed hope agenda for a better country that we all desire. The entire nation is behind you and appreciates your sacrifices. May God continue to protect all of you and keep you safe in and out of operations. May God also keep our dear country safe. I want to thank you and all of you present here, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you for listening.
That was the remarks by the special guest of honor, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by the Senate President, Dr. Godswill Akpabio. Another resounding round of applause for the President, please. Thank you very much, sir. Next is the high point of today's special occasion, the time we have all been waiting for, which is the unveiling of Asiwaju's Bola Ahmed Tinubu Street and the commissioning of this beautiful edifice, which entails cutting of the ribbon and formal unveiling of the plaque. Before I proceed, permit me to announce that immediately after unveiling the plaque, there will be a guided tour of the facilities where you will see firsthand the amazing facilities and innovations that the building has to offer, after which we shall all converge to continue with the rest of the program. May I humbly request the Chief of Defense Intelligence to most respectfully invite the Chief of Defense Staff to lead the special guest of honor to be accompanied by the special guest service chiefs, principal staff officers, the Fence and Service Headquarters, and other highly esteemed invited guests to the commissioning stand. The Chief of Defense Intelligence, sir. Yeah, we follow them so that we see. Yeah.
Kini is doing that table. Where's the table?